Hey guys, welcome to Nerdarchy, for nerds by nerds. I'm Nerdarchist Ted, and today I'm joined by...
Nerdarchist Dave.
And we're going to wrap up our classes on the recovery dice, this time with the Wizard. Jump down the description below where you can sign up for Nerdarchy the newsletter, get weekly gaming tips, as well as learn how to game with Nerdarchy.
All right, so we are on to Wizard. This is the final class from the Player's Handbook, where we're discussing the recovery dice series and different ways to use your hit die. Instead of just healing with them, you're going to use them to empower your class abilities. In this case, we're looking at the Wizard, and so we have to break down what the Wizard is. And sometimes we go with, okay, this is only for the certain archetypes, or this is the generic. That's very problematic when you get to the Wizard.
Well, the Wizard is kind of just like the Cleric. There's so many options that unless we, really just put our nose to the grindstone, be challenging to come up with one for every single one of those archetypes. And then the Wizard's got too many choices in comparison to some of the other classes. So with this one, we're probably going to stick with just core.
Yeah, otherwise we're going to have to come up with one for every school of magic. Well, that might be interesting and fun, and if we write this down somewhere later, we'll probably end up doing that. But for the sake of the video, we're gonna do three, and we're gonna go with generics. And so, what are the hallmarks of a Wizard?
Well, I mean, when you look at Wizard, they're an arcane spellcaster. Their primary stat is intelligence. So if you're going to be a good wizard, you're going to be someone who's intelligent, and that doesn't always have to be the case, but it means that you're going to be into books. You're going to spend time at a library. You're going to spend time reading, and there's an enjoyment of it for you.
Yeah, I mean, a big part of being a wizard is kind of knowing things. I mean, I think Gandalf even says that, right? Somewhere's in those books. So that's a big part of it. The other part is you're throwing magic around. You have a spell book. So there's all these things. So when we're going to come up with something specific, it's going to probably have to be around the fact that wizards are generally the smartest characters, around their spell casting, around their spell book even. These are all places I think we could look for the Wizard. Also, they're also ritual casters as well. So these are like all the generic things without breaking it down by school.
Right. So what kind of things do you think we would lean toward? Because you gave more options than what we have going on. So what would you want to do?
So, we discussed this a little bit. We came up with some ideas, and we did settle upon like some unique abilities to the Wizard that we could probably tweak, and that is the fact that they know things and they're intelligent, the fact that they do get arcane recovery, which I didn't even mention that one, but that that's the ability for them to get back some of their spellcasting power. We also talked about casting spells and using magic. How can we infuse that kind of stuff? So we came up with three different ones.
All right, so we have Studious, we have the Price of Power, and we have Stay on Target.
Excellent.
Now, which one of them do we want to dive into first?
Well, I guess we'll start with Studious. We talked about wizards know things. They're super intelligent. So now, why not have them cannibalize their body in order to know even more stuff? Feed the brain.
So with this one, we kind of went back and forth. But while intelligence checks don't come up all that often throughout the average gameplay, when knowledge checks are there, whether it be nature, arcane, religion, history, or investigation, there's times that you really need to succeed on that check. So if you've done your homework, i.e. you're studious, you can expend this resource to gain advantage on a single check. I think it works. It's powerful. It fits. All right, so you expend the resource, and you're going to get expertise on that particular skill. So that's something that's going to always be able to scale with the campaign. So anywhere from an extra 2 to 6 on your check. We might word this one so that it's not listed as expertise, but it'll say, add your proficiency modifier to the check. So if you're already proficient or you've already got expertise, now you've got double expertise, and it's a hefty resource to spend, and it's going to a single check. So I don't mind somebody, triple dipping into the well to really pass the check.
Well, not only that too. What if it's an actual skill you're not proficient in?
Right.
So like we probably again like we've done this in the past, but we'd probably look at like how it's worded for stone cutting for dwarves and use something similar to that as well. Although I am tempted to change the name to Feed the Brain. What do you guys like better, Studious or Feed the Brain?
I like Studious because it's short, but Feed the Brain does sound cool.
I just like the idea that they're physically cannibalizing their body in order to get smarter for this one factoid.
I don't even know how you expend the hit dice, but that's an amusing thought.
So what do we got next?
All right, so we got Stay on Target, and we got the Price of Power.
All right, the price of power.
So the Price of Power has to do with arcane recovery, and if we're already cannibalizing our body for, our mind so that we can know more, what if we can cannibalize our body so that we can do more? Arcane recovery says, over a short rest, you get back spells. Well, now you can just do it in a heartbeat. You expend your resource of your number of hit dice equal to your proficiency modifier, and voila, you instantly get back a number of spells equal to what you would recover for arcane recovery.
And one of the reasons why this works out really well and is already kind of balanced is you can only use arcane recovery once a day anyway. So all you're doing is taking away the need for the short rest. They get it instantaneous. Maybe it's a clutch situation. Boom, they get the spells back. But it's not going to get excessively abusive because they can't use it again until the following day anyway.
And it's also set with the limited parameters of 5e in that you're not getting anything back above 5th. So we worked that angle back and forth for a while. So that's how it actually linked directly back to the arcane recovery, because we wanted to just be like, oh, well, you could get back blah, and Dave and Nate are back and forth about, oh, well, what about 6th level spells? That kind of breaks the 5e balance factor.
The 5th wall. It breaks the 5th wall.
It breaks getting back higher than 5th level spells. So we linked it to arcane recovery to make sure that the 5e balance was kept in check.
Yeah, and when you kind of look at it and balance it out, it actually works. Like everything is already in arcane recovery, so it made this one really simple to do.
And since as you said, our arcane recovery is already there and it's a limited resource, you're expending a resource and a resource to get it back faster. And when you're at that moment where you need those spells, again, like we said in the Sorcerer video, doesn't matter if I use it now, because if I don't make it to my short rest, I'm not going to be able to use this.
It's not going to be relevant. Yeah, absolutely.
So then our last one is Stay on Target.
Nice. Now you fought really hard for the name on this one with your Star Wars love.
Well, everybody loves Star Wars, and anybody that says otherwise, you're wrong. Go ahead and fight me on that one in the comments. I know there's plenty of you out there, but
some people like Star Trek.
I like Star Trek too.
No, you can't like both.
I do.
Just rules.
Nope. No, I like both.
There's going to be a paradox.
Why two ducks?
Stay on target. What does it do?
So this one is one of those resources that you'll be able to use probably for a combat, but you use your resource to focus your arcane energies, and it's going to give you advantage on spell attack rolls for the next minute. Cut and dry. There's not a whole lot of there's a lot of spells out there that are focused on making attack rolls as opposed to doing area of effects. So if you happen to be one of those kind of casters and you stay in the back and you don't get hit, this is a way for you to really fuel your magical attacks and not have to worry about hit dice, because you're blasting away your enemies.
It also pairs really nicely with Spell Sniper as well. So, it gets rid of the worrying about cover, it gives you the extra cantrip, and also, gives you extra range. So then you can really, really focus on blasting at people from far away and getting advantage on that attack roll. It's kind of useful. It's very specific. It's kind of niche at the same time. It's only going to be as useful as your spell selection.
Right. So, like, if you're taking fireballs and lightning bolts, it's not really all that useful for you. But if you're taking Melf's acid arrow and you're cantrip heavy, this is going to be, a good thing for you.
Yeah, Scorching Ray is another good one as well. I mean, you're making a lot of attack rolls there. If you somehow landed the Eldritch Blast cantrip as a wizard, then it would be super useful there because you're making a bunch of attack rolls at higher levels. So there's definitely ways to make it useful.
So, what do you guys think? Did you dig this series? Do you want to see us, do more with it?
Should we delve into the races?
Let us know in the comments down below while you're down there. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe.
You can go check us out over on Facebook.
So until next time, stay nerdy.